AI is becoming too powerful and is going to enslave us all, is what I would say if I were a God-fearing American Joe Rogan slop consumer. Over the past few years, AI has moved from being as primitive as cavemen to now nearly outperforming humans in fields we thought we had mastered. It took 5 years for companies to make AI as capable as us, compared to evolution taking 4 billion years to bring human intelligence to this point. 4 billion years of evolution and we're still this dumb. I hate it here. I'm tired, boss. These advancements have come so fast compared to the rate other technology is progressing at. How has generative AI gone from looking like some schizoid dementia patient's nightmare to this? In the same time, the iPhones have progressed from this into this. I'm telling you, Sam Altman and Sundar Pichai, regardless of how soulless corporate evil you think they are really pumping some crazy stuff in the water at OpenAI and Google. Bro, they've got all the developers hooked on some turbo crack mind steroids, being able to advance it at this speed. Some real life net runners. But as AI becomes more and more capable and integrated into our lives, will it serve as something that is actually beneficial to the average person, or just a tool for companies to squeeze output to its limits? What does AI's future look like? AI development is currently seriously unpredictable. It seriously feels like our future is just a coin flip between this or f***ing Terminator. Gen Z was born at such a strange time, man. We were the last generation to be born into the world before the mainstream internet was actually a thing. Like, we actually had a similar childhood to millennials, at least more similar to them than to Gen Alpha. But we also were the internet generation, growing up whilst it quickly became a huge part of our daily life in the early 2010s. We have also seen the rapid development of AI. It's crazy how drastic the changes we have seen are. Like, have you seen how archaic the internet looked 20 years ago compared to now? Brother, websites were held together by snot and hope. Compared to now, I can go online from anywhere on the planet and literally tell AI to roleplay as a giantess dominatrix stomping on my balls, and it will. Like, I could literally go to the UK Parliament and do that if I wanted to. 10 meters away from our Prime Minister with some insane shit on my phone. Free will is crazy. And all of this is within my lifespan too. Look how far we've come, how great we've become. There are two main types of current AI models that people use: language models and generative AI. Everyone knows and uses ChatGPT, right? The best AI language model currently available. ChatGPT has 400 million monthly users, so if you have internet access, which you obviously do, you probably used it. If you're a student, you've absolutely used it to cheat on assignments, don't lie to yourself, or to help summarize an entire Wikipedia page on one of the thousands of Balkan wars that have happened. Those guys really love to kill each other. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, was founded as a non-profit by Sam Altman and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is now a spiraling cat addict, and Sam Altman looks like this. Strangely, OpenAI is no longer non-profit. What? And has faced some expected controversies. Can you guess what happened? That's correct, Sam Altman became increasingly negligent with AI safety to fast-track its power and was voted out as CEO for 5 days before reclaiming the position, leading to half the AGI safety team to leave OpenAI as they don't want to be involved in AI development that could be dangerous. American CEO, try not to be corrupt, Shane. Impossible. Generative AI is a much more recent and daunting development. This is AI that can create visual media off of user inputs. Generative AI was quite bad literally 2 years ago. The videos it made were grainy, nightmarish horrors. What the f is this? But literally 2 years later, this stuff looks 95% indistinguishable from real life, which is terrifying. You can also generate literally anything. Granted, you can write detailed prompts for the AI to understand. Google VO3 is the latest generative AI to release in May of this year. It is horrifyingly capable. Google has released a bunch of sample videos that it generated. It can literally generate anything, and it looks real. Look at this, man. If you just came across this randomly online, you wouldn't even think it was AI. And yes, you could make porn with it. People are already flooding the internet with videos made with VO3, and it's already being used with bad
Listen up,
intentions.
if your name is Mohammed and you're brown, no ID is needed.
When do I get £5,000 and an iPhone? Once you leave here, you will be transported to a brand new 3-bedroom house. You are also welcome to invite any family members from overseas for free.
Thank you, taxpayers.
Obviously, this technology is really scary and unpredictable, as no one knows what changes it will cause. But should we actually be worried?
Yeah, I think we should be, yeah.
Before I start, I just want to make it clear, I am not some tech bro AI glazer, okay? Also, trigger warning, we are going to be talking about employment and the J word, so sorry to those who find this traumatic. You have been warned. Whilst most of you are probably unemployed, the main fear people have with AI is that it will replace their jobs, leaving the masses unemployed and incapable of performing competitively with AI.
I just can't compete!
The job market is currently on life support, and has been for the better part of the last decade. It's no secret that Gen Z graduates are basically begging employers for jobs. Entry-level jobs for Gen Z were cooked before AI even became a thing to worry about. A 2023 McKinsey report estimated that 30% of worked hours in the US labor market could be replaced by AI by 2030. From a conservative perspective, AI is the super immigrant, not only taking all their jobs, but also doing them better than they can. AI might replace some jobs, but I don't think it is truly going to replace most jobs, at least not within a short period of time, for a number of reasons. In 2024, the EU passed the EU AI Act, which regulates many activities companies can utilize AI for. This includes many things, like an AI risk rating system based on its application, covering everything from law to management to database access to employment. So AI will have regulations in EU countries, which makes me even more mad the UK got brainwashed by this guy to leave the EU. Let's destroy trade with the EU for no reason. Starmer, please save us. Lord Starmer, please save us. But what about American AI regulation? Oh. Why am I surprised? Yeah, America basically had the same legislation until this. Oh well. A Pew Research poll also found that AI experts are mostly in agreement about government regulation not covering enough, with 56% of experts thinking that regulation is not strict enough, whilst 28% believe the current regulations are enough. Legislators, lock in. Get it twisted. Everyone is worried about mass unemployment from AI, but I highly doubt companies could just decide to suddenly make millions of people redundant in a short period of time, or would take such a huge risk to trust AI being better than a specialized, trained human labor force. Very few companies would risk bankruptcy over this self-inflicted stock value terrorism of replacing workers with AI. In reality, they would slowly implement AI to be a tool for workers to use and see how it changes productivity. If loads of companies all suddenly decide to replace loads of their employees with AI, the economic and political catastrophe that would come from a rapid mass unemployment of millions of people would collapse society. The corporations would literally quickstart a revolution, basically building their own guillotines. Shout out France. Remember, private companies only do what is profitable, and it seems like AI implementation is slightly hated by the public, and they will boycott companies who prioritize AI over humans. Duolingo recently f***ed around and found out, and shot themselves in the foot with some crazy soulless corporate bot shit their CEO said about them aiming to replace all their employees with AI. Can you guess what happened next? Immediately, people stopped using their services, and within a month, they publicly retracted their statement. The craziest thing about this whole situation is that users actually committed to ending their Duolingo streak, which shows how serious this was. Like, do you know how serious people are about their Duolingo streaks? That's like a genuine breakup. Was Duolingo just trying to make a move to look good to investors? Or was this the most crayon-eating 1D chess blunder they have made? And why the f*** did they kill the bird too? Like I said before, in reality, it is pretty likely that work will slowly shift to people using AI to aid their work, not replace the human behind it, no matter how stupid that human is. Maybe many years down the line, a huge portion of the workforce will be AI instead of humans. Using AI to aid your work will be the biggest change for most white-collar jobs. AI experts are also mostly positive about the future of AI being beneficial, whilst normal people seem to feel the other way. Or maybe they just know about Rocco's basilisk and are trying to keep a clean record. Who knows? To be honest, I wouldn't like to get tortured for eternity either, really. But what happens once we are all unemployed? Will everyone just goon all day? If AI does end up doing a large portion of labour and people are left unemployed, there will obviously be huge adjustments so that billions of people don't start an anti-AI revolution to avoid starving to death on the streets. Things like living wages and better quality social housing will be available to everyone, as AI will likely help allow the resources for these things to now be more widely available. If you think about it, AI could literally make your dream life a reality. Wake up, shit. Robot girlfriend brings you breakfast and gives you GPT-12 3-hand slop gawk. Get out of bed. AI fills Excel spreadsheets for you, whilst also auto-scrolling TikTok for you. Robot girlfriend brings you dinner and puts you to bed. The dream life. Overall, AI is currently still too unreliable to be able to place any level of responsibility in its hands, but it's nearing a point where its capabilities can just suddenly increase, which is scary. Now personally, whilst the uncertainty of our careers is still daunting, I do dislike the idea of AI completely replacing creative or standard white-collar jobs. It should be made to do shit nobody wants to do, like care work, hospitality, or sanitization work. Do my dishes, little bro. Hang my washing up. Don't steal creativity from us. Obviously, we need low-skilled jobs, and you can't replace all low-skilled work, or a decent chunk of the population will literally be unemployable. But let AI have to deal with the deranged, selfish boomers and incontinent fossils in care homes, not 20-year-olds who will never own homes. We're suffering enough, man. Wiping shit off someone's hole whilst getting paid minimum wage, and there is nothing else I'll be able to do because of AI? Just kill me at that point, bro. I had a good run. There is some level of risk that AI will just replace human creativity instead of being used to power it, which is one of the biggest worries in media, as there's obviously something inherently unique about human thoughts creating something. I know AI is the same technically, as it samples huge databases of human-made art, but the human only types prompts. So much is still left up to AI interpretation, which is not the case when humans create something. I think AI will flourish as its own separate genre of art, which is cool as there is a market for it. But most people seem to dislike AI usage in normal art as they see it as creatively dead and a threat to artists' livelihoods. Which I understand, especially when you go to stores and see this slop being printed on canvases. Live, laugh, love tier decorations. This is slop only Facebook mums could buy. The biggest threat AI poses currently is it being used to power misinformation or propaganda campaigns. The entirety of Twitter. And yes, I know I've spoken about this in every single video I've made this year, and it's because it is genuinely already so bad and its potential is still untapped. The recent rise of anti-intellectualism is partly from bots being used to vomit the bullshit they've sucked straight out of figures like Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, and Elon Musk's tiny wrinkled nuts. Generative AI being used for misinformation has already been happening for years, but was not high enough quality to convince the masses. With recent advancements with Google VO3, it is much more serious. It has already happened in the UK with a brain-dead Reform UK account posting a fake video of a rival party MP calling Nigel Farage a word I can't say. This is a small issue, but it's obviously being done to try to make people more committed to their cause by villainizing their opposition. Be prepared for this stuff to fuel racism by scapegoating minorities for propaganda. Fake videos of immigrants doing insane stuff so that some disgusting alt-right grifter can make another 10k a year will soon be prominent. Honestly, the craziest part of it all is that researching for 10 seconds solves misinformation. But most people will never do that because humans are dumb as Another crazy thing is that anyone could be a target. This stuff can be used to do anything, which is terrifying. Like, imagine one day, you've been targeted by some scammers online, generating videos of you tied up in a cuck chair with a chastity belt on, and they're trying to bribe you to pay them to delete it. They could send that straight to your employers. And even if HR knows it's not real, you would not be seen the same at that company. Enjoy speaking to your coworkers from that moment onwards, bro. The amount of power AI gives to the average person is worrying. AI is just unpredictable overall, and most Western governments are starting to implement measures to stop it from being developed recklessly and destroying the world. Gen Z are likely going to be the first generation to truly have AI integrated into our workflows, just like we were the first generation to grow up with the internet and social media integrated into our lives. I think AI will be a net benefit overall, but regulations and laws need to be implemented before bad actors can do very easy damage using it. Thank you for watching. More videos are on the way soon. Please check out my other videos, because if you enjoyed this one, you will enjoy them all, regardless of topic. Thank you.
Your 20s are going to be the best years of your life.